Oh, he's back. Okay. Senator.
Now on the order of the day. Next item 14, standing committee reports. Chief Clerk, any reports?
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, we
Now
have
on
an
the order
awareness
of the day.
number
Next item 14,
21-39.
standing committee reports. Chief Clerk, any reports? Okay, short recess
Yeah,
up to
Mr. Speaker, we
2015.
have
Now
an
on the order
awareness
of the day.
number.
Next item. I don't have it linked. Is it linked?
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, we can go down and.
Okay, let's do that. Conference is back in session. Without objection, we will move from item 14 for now. So next item, Chief Clerk.
Mr. Speaker, item 15, special committee reports. There are none.
Next.
Item 16, assignment of measures and communications. We have a referral sheet number 21-105.
Okay, Chairman and members, review that for your planning purposes. Next item.
Item 17, unfinished business, none, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, item 18, bill calendar. First bill, Chief Clerk.
Item 17, unfinished business. Mr. Speaker, we have CP number 21-297 for second reading. This is a bill for an act to further amend public law number 19-54, as amended by public laws numbers 19-62, 19-75, 19-79, 19-99, 19-119, 20-4, 20-56, 20-82, 20-127, 21-20, 21-117, 21-169, and 21-174 by amending Section 2 thereof to change the use of funds previously appropriated therein to fund public projects and social programs for Yap State and for other purposes.
Okay, Chairman Figueroa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move that Congress passes Congress Bill number 21-297 on second and final reading.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that Congress pass on second and final reading, CP number 21-297. Discussion. Any discussion?
Here.
For Leader Harper, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have a written amendment which has been ping pong in and out, and now it's also up. So I move for its adoption. And
Second.
that we dispense with the reading of it as it's kind of lengthy.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded
That
the
we
offer for amendment to
dispense with the reading of it as it's kind of
21-297 offered by
lengthy.
Floor Leader Harper. Be adopted. It's been moved and seconded that dispense with its reading. Motion to suspend. Board.
Move to suspend any relevant rule that may impede our action on the said bill or amendment, especially the one that prohibits substantive amendment on second reading. Second. Second.
It has been moved and seconded that the relevant rules
We
offered for amendment to
dispense with the reading of it as it's kind of
offered by
lengthy.
Floor Leader Harper. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. The relevant rules are now suspended. Discussion on the offered for amendments. Short recess subject to call of the chair. Just some Faith Walk. We're back in session. We're still discussing the offer for amendment by Florida Harbor. Any further discussion? If none, and with those corrections, technical corrections, without any objection, debate is closed. So let's vote. Those in favor of adoption of the offer for amendment to CP 21-297 offered by Florida Harbor, say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. The offer for amendments are adopted. We now have draft 1, CD1. Okay. Any further discussion on CD1? If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. So let's vote by roll call of delegations. Chief Clerk, roll call, please.
State of Chuuk, Chairman Aritos.
Yes.
State of Pohnpei,
Aye.
Chairman Perrin. State of Kushai, Chairman Woolley.
Yes.
State of Yap, Chairman Ursmao.
Amen.
Mr. Speaker, 4 states, 4-4.
CP number 21-297 CD1 has passed conference on second and final reading. Next bill.
Mr. Speaker, we have CP number 21-306 for second reading. CP number 21-306. This is a bill for an act to appropriate the sum of $10,500,000 from the general fund of the Federated States of Micronesia for the fiscal year ending September 30, 2021 for the purpose of funding priority infrastructure projects in the states of Yap, Kushai, Pohnpei, and Chuuk, and for other purposes.
Chairman Figueroa.
Move for the passage of the bill on second and final reading.
Second.
Oh, too many seconds. Just 1 second. That's enough. Okay. It has been moved and seconded that Congress pass on second and final reading CP number 21-306. Discussion.
Here.
Florida Harbor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Without any objection, I move to divert the bill to tomorrow's bill calendar.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that CP number 21-306 be deferred to tomorrow's session. Those in favor of that motion say aye. Opposed,
Aye.
nay. Motion carried. CP number 21-306 is deferred to tomorrow's session. Next bill, deferred.
Mr. Speaker, we have CP number 21-305 for second reading. CP number 21-305. It's a bill for an act to further amend public law number 18-117 as amended by public laws numbers 18-120, 19-4, 19-8, 19-35, 19-49, 19-59, 19-76, 19-102, 20-26, 20-117, 21-27, 21-114, and 21-166 by amending Section 5 thereof to change the use of funds previously appropriated therein for the purpose of funding public projects and social programs for the people of the state of Chuuk and for other purposes.
Chairman Figueroa.
Move for the passage of the bill on second and final reading.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that Congress pass on second and final reading CP number 21-305. Discussion. Any discussion? Short recess subject to call of the chair. Let's go back. Congress is back in session. Discussion on the bill 21-305. Any discussion? Any discussion? If none, if there's no objection, discussion is closed. So let's vote by roll call of delegations. Chief Burke, Chief Burke, roll call.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I didn't turn on the mic. State of Chuuk, Chairman Aritos.
yes,
State of Pohnpei, Chairman Perman.
You
State of Koshai, Chairman Wali.
Yes.
State of Yap, Chairman Worsmal. State of
Okay.
Yap.
Okey-dokey.
Mr. Speaker, all the four states voted in favor.
CB number 21-205, 305 has passed Congress on second and final reading. Next bill.
There are none, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, short recess, subject to call of the chair. You, gentlemen. Conference is back in session. Any other bill, Chief Clerk?
There are none, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, if there's no objection, we now go down to item 19, resolution calendar. First resolution, Chief Clerk.
Mr. Speaker, we have functional resolution number 21-185 for adoption.
Read the title.
Functional resolution number 21-185 is a resolution to further amend the President's Public Health Emergency Declaration dated January 31st, 2020, as amended on February 7, 2020, and further amended on March 11, 2020, April 17, 2020, May 30th, 2020, and July 10, 2020.
Okay, Chairman Perman.
Thank you, Speaker. So move for its adoption.
Any second?
Second.
Any second? It's been moved and seconded that Congress adopt resolution number 21-185. Discussion. Any discussion?
Speaker.
Chairman Perman.
Thank you, Speaker. I have a floor amendment to offer. It's not CP, but it's CR number 21-2 to CR number 21-185. I believe it's
Okay.
been copies been made and distributed to all members. So I move for its amendment. So move.
Any second?
Good.
It has been moved and seconded that the offer for amendment by Chairman Perman to CP 21-185 be adopted. Because of its length, we will dispense with its reading. Short recess, subject to call of the chair. have enough time. Congress is back in session. We're now discussing the offered for amendment to not CP but CR. That correction is technical, will be made. Any further discussion on the offered floor amendment by Chairman Berman? If none,
Speaker,
there's not. Yes, Chairman Ursulong, you have the floor.
yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Just so I have a more clear understanding of the resolution and the proposed amendment. The item 2 of the amendment talks about diplomat. What is this allowing for diplomat to come in as long as they go through these quarantine requirements?
Yes.
Like what I guess what I'm getting at is, in the case of YAP, YAP still want to be closed to incoming passengers. So this reference item 2 on the amendment is not allowing for diplomat to come in as long. I mean, not allowing diplomat to come in into YAP, right?
Chairman Berman?
Yes, thank you, Speaker. I think, can we have a short recess before
Okay.
short recess,
Short
please?
recess. Short recess, subject to call of the chair. continue. Congress is back in session. Any further discussion on the offered amendment by Chairman Berman? Discussion?
Okay.
None. There is no objection. Discussion is closed. So let's vote. Those in favor of adoption of the offer for amendment to CR 21-185, say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carried. The offered for amendment to Resolution 21-185 are adopted. We now have CT1. Okay, any further discussion on CT1?
Speaker,
Who's that? Chairman Wally?
No,
Me.
I think it's Berman. Berman.
Oh, Chairman Perman, sorry. Chairman Perman,
yes, during recess, thank you, Speaker. During recess, Chairman Figure asked if we could defer action on the said resolution. So I am doing a motion to defer action on the said resolution to tomorrow's session. So move.
Second.
has been moved and seconded that Resolution 21-185 CD1 be deferred to tomorrow's calendar. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Resolution 21-185 CD1 is deferred to tomorrow's session. Okay. Next resolution.
There are none, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, next item, Chief Clerk.
Short recess, Mr. Speaker.
Oh, short recess, subject to call of the chair.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good morning to you and members.
Morning.
Just wanted to
Anything else? Congress is back in session. Any other resolution, Chief Clerk?
There are none, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, let's go down to item 20. Chief Clerk,
Item 20, introduction of bills and resolutions.
if you have any measure to introduce, pass them on to Chief Clerk for introduction. Next item.
Item 21, miscellaneous communications. None, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, we're now on miscellaneous business. Any miscellaneous business?
Speaker.
For Leader Harbor first.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My apology for prolonging our session. I think we all want to go home. My first miscellaneous is relating to a concern extended to from the immediate family of the late Peter Sidan. The way I read the communication from the person that extended the concern is that the immediate family are not really satisfied by the language of the resolutions. They really ask if Congress can do something to either rewrite the resolution and put in all those things that they believe should have been in the resolution, which are not, especially concern relating to his activities when he was in Congress and in the FSM current CONCON. And I believe there are other things, but these are the ones that I was mentioned to by the person extending the concern. So I'm not in any position to say anything to you, Mr. Speaker, or this Congress, but I would humbly ask if our legal counsel or these attorneys can review the resolution that was already adopted and see if there need to be improvements on it to gather all the information and then insert them. And then I'm not sure how we should handle it, whether just resend the improved or corrected resolution to the family with a letter of apology, or we have to repass the new improved language resolution. So this is what I want to share with the assembly today. If there is a way we can humbly consider the concern raised by the immediate family. Another thing that I want to raise this morning is relating to the executive director of the election office. I understand that the person who's running the office now is only in the acting capacity. He hasn't been submitted or appointed and confirmed by this Congress. So I would like to ask if there is a way someone can initiate some kind of a language to, or communication or dialogue to His Excellency to consider whom he should bring to this Congress for consent and confirmation. And another thing, I think it would be good if we talk about, trying to suggest what state should be the one, holding that position. Because so far I have known that Duke, Ponape, and Kosrae have had the chance to hold the position of executive director, and I have never heard that Yap has had the chance once. So if Yap is interested this time, maybe we can help out Yap to suggest to President to appoint someone from Yap. Otherwise, if one may still want to maintain it, or just to want this acting person go ahead and be appointed and confirmed by Congress, then why not initiate something to the President? This is what I want to share this morning, Mr. Speaker, and honorable members, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Floor Leader Harper, for those two concerns raised. On the first one, if I recall, we were trying to make a technical correction, and I think that was suggested by or brought to our attention by Vice Speaker Moses. I'm not sure whether that's already done. But on the idea of doing a supplementary resolution, I have no idea whether that's already.
Short recess,
we can
Mr.
do
Speaker.
that. Short recess, subject to call of the chair. need to. Congress is back in session. Okay. So on the election director for Leader Harbor, we will leave it to the president. He actually asked troop delegation to provide name, but I don't know. You five haven't done so, so maybe I'll do it for you. Okay. Any other miscellaneous business?
Speaker,
Chairman Romulo, you have the floor.
thank you, Mr. Speaker. My miscellaneous is to ask this Congress to wish Terencio Conman or Chairman Conman a happy birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday.
Can we sing?
Young days, Chairman Coleman. No wonder why you're smiling from this morning until now, just smiling, as always.
How young? How young?
Any other miscellaneous? Chairman Rusmo?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Happy birthday.
Okay, so let's go back. Congress is back in session. Any other miscellaneous business?
Speaker,
Mr. Speaker,
Chairman Figuer and
I yield to my friend. Because he prompted
okay.
me.
The floor is being yielded to you. Chairman
Thank you,
Molin.
Chairman. Thank you, Speaker. Are we supposed to go back to item number 14?
Yes, we're finishing up miscellaneous business, then go back.
Oh, okay, all right. Thank you. That's my miscellaneous.
Okay, thank you. Any other miscellaneous business, Chairman Figuer?
No,
Okay. Any other miscellaneous business? If none, if there is no objection, we will now go back to item 14. That's the standing committee report. Chief Burke.
Mr. Speaker, for item 14, standing committee reports, we have an awaiting list, number 21-39.
Okay. Chairman Ursimo. Short recess, subject to call of the chair.
Report number 21-68 be placed on the standing committee report calendar for action.
Second.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that standing committee report number 21-68 be placed on the standing committee reports calendar for action. Floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to suspend any relevant rule that may impede our action on the report, especially the 24 hours awaiting period requirement.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that the relevant rules, specifically the rules requiring a 24-hour waiting period for reports, be suspended. Those in favor of that motion say aye. Opposed, nay.
Aye.
Motion carried. Standing committee report number 21-68 is now, the relevant rules are now suspended. So let's vote on the motion. Those in favor of the motion to place standing committee report 21-68 on the standing committee reports calendar, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Standing committee report 21-68 is now placed on the standing committee report calendar for action. Okay, Chairman Ursma.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I move for the adoption of the said report.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that Congress adopt standing committee report number 21-68. Those in favor of the motion say aye. Discussion. Discussion on the report? If none, there is no objection. Discussion is closed. So let's vote. Those in favor of adoption of resolution 21-68 say aye.
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 Motion carried. Standing committee report 21-68 is adopted by Congress. Next report, Gilbert.
There are none, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, if there is no objection by members, we will now move down to the resolution calendar. Gilbert.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, we have one resolution on the resolution calendar, and it's CR number 21-204, which is attached to the report that was just adopted. And this is a resolution for adoption. It's to approve and accept a $1,040,849.22 grant from the U.S. Department of Education, Office of Special Education, to fund the FSM Special Education Program for the federal fiscal year 2020 under Part B of the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, including all the terms and conditions of the assistance.
Chairman Ursma.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I so move for the adoption of the said resolution. And I second.
Any second?
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that Congress adopt resolution number 21-204. Discussion? Any discussion on the resolution? If none, there is no objection. Discussion is closed. So let's vote. Those in favor of adoption of resolution number 21-204, say yes. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. So resolution number 21-204 is adopted by Congress. Next resolution, Clifford.
Mr. Speaker, there are none.
Okay, if there is no objection, we will now go to the announcement. Chairman Monet.
Thank you, Speaker. No announcement.
Okay, Chairman Figure. Chairman Figure.
No announcement.
Thank you. Okay, Chairman Net.
Thank you, Speaker. Your committee on R&D will have its public hearing on the captive insurance after this session.
Okay, thank you, Chairman Net. Take note, members of R&D committee, hearing after session. Okay. Chairman Bourbon.
The SOAR announcement.
So, Chairman announcement, thank you. Okay, Chairman Romulo.
No announcement at this time.
Chairman Coolen.
No announcement, Speaker.
Thank you, Chairman Coolen. Chairman Kunman. Announcement.
No announcement, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Chairman Ursumo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Short recess.
Short recess, subject to call of the chair.
Patrick?
Hey.
Let's go back. Make your announcement, Chairman Ursumo.
Make your announcement.
Congress is back in session. Congress is back in session. Chairman Ursumo, so you have announcement? You have announcement, Chairman Ursumo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to announce to R&T committee, if you're out of money, you can borrow some of education money for today's public hearing.
Okay. There you have it. You've been authorized, Chairman Net, to use also the Education Committee's red fund for your hearing today. Okay. So
Thank you,
good to
Chairman.
hear that. So thank you for your announcement. That's very important. All right. Senator Palik, announcement.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. No announcement.
Thank you. Okay. Senator Aridos, any announcement?
Thank you, Speaker. No announcement.
Thank you. Vice Speaker Moses, any announcement?
Thank you. No announcement.
Okay. Floor Leader Harbert, any announcement? Then your usual motion.
Speaker, before I make my usual motion, how is our meeting? Do we still have it?
Yes.
Do we know that R&D is having hearing after this?
I think we'll go first, very short, and then they can take over.
Okay, I move that we stand in recess until 10 a.m. tomorrow. Chuk time.
Second.
Has been moved. Vice Speaker Moses, you have anything? Point of privilege, point of order? Okay, it has been moved and seconded that Congress stand in recess until tomorrow at 10 in the morning, Chuk time. Those in favor of the motion say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Congress now stands in recess until tomorrow at 10 in the morning, Chuk time.
Seafood.
Okay. Yeah.